This is the smartest AI in the world, and we're going to show you exactly how and why.
Grok 4 is absolutely insane. Elon Musk said Grok 4 is the best AI out right now. Check it out.
But it's actually worth noting that Grok 4, if given like the SAT, would get perfect SATs every time, even if it's never seen the questions before. And if even going beyond that to say like graduate student exams like the GRE, it will get near perfect results in every discipline of education. So from the humanities to like languages, math, physics, engineering, pick anything, and we're talking about questions that it's never seen before. These are not on the internet, and Grok 4 is smarter than almost all graduate students in all disciplines simultaneously. Like it's actually just important to appreciate that's really something. And the reasoning capabilities of Grok are incredible. So there's some people out there who think AI can't reason, and look, it can reason at superhuman level. So yeah, and frankly, it only gets better from here. So
Elon Musk was speaking on how great Grok 4 is, and that eventually it will be out every exam, making perfect scores on everywhere. The exam questions, they'll be able to fix the exam questions if they couldn't get it wrong, because it's not a problem with the AI, it was a problem with the question. That's really bold to say that. They also put it head to head, of course, with the other AIs, and of course we see that it's beating out every other AI in every category. Check it out.
All the other benchmarks besides HLE, as it turned out, Grok 4 excelled on all the reasoning benchmarks that people usually test on, including GPQA, which is a PhD level problem sets. That's easier compared to HLE. On AMY 25, American Invitation Mathematics exam, with Grok 4 Heavy, we actually got a perfect score. Also on some of the coding benchmark called Live Coding Bench, and also on HMMT, Harvard Math, MIT exam, and also USAMO. You can see actually on all of those benchmarks, we often have a very large leap against the second best model out there.
Yeah, really we're going to get to the point where it's going to get every answer right in every exam. And where it doesn't get an answer right, it's going to tell you what's wrong with the question. Or if the question is ambiguous, disambiguate the question into answers A, B, and C, and tell you what answers A, B, and C would be with a disambiguated question. So the only real test then will be reality.
We see that Grok 4 is seemingly impressive, but that's not all. They also was able to create a visualization using real-time data, making a interesting space demo. Check it out.
So I guess one of the coolest things about Grok 4 is its ability to understand the world and to solve hard problems by leveraging tools like Tony discussed. And I think one kind of cool example of this, we asked it to generate a visualization of two black holes colliding. And of course, it took there are some liberties. It's in my case actually pretty clear in its thinking trace about what these liberties are. For example, in order for it to actually be visible, you need to really exaggerate the scale of the waves. And yeah, so here's this kind of in action. It exaggerates the scale in multiple ways. It drops off a bit less in terms of amplitude. Over distance, and but yeah, we can kind of see the basic effects that are actually correct. It starts with the in spiral, it merges, and then you have the ring down, and this is basically largely correct. Modulo some of the simplifications that need to do. It's actually quite explicit about this. It uses post-Newtonian approximations instead of actually computing the general relativistic effects at near the center of the black hole, which is incorrect, and will lead to some incorrect results. But the overall visualization is basically there, and you can actually look at the kinds of resources that it references. So here it it actually, it obviously uses search. It gathers results from a bunch of links, but also reads through a undergraduate text in analytic gravitational wave models. It reasons quite a bit about the actual constants that it should use for a realistic simulation. It references, existing real-world data, it's a pretty good model.
As you've seen there, they were able to really break down a PhD level, postgraduate level scientific mathematic question and then make a visualization based on how that would really interact using real physics. And Grok was able to one-shot that. And that's like insane, you ask me, to be able to one-shot a of that caliber. And the visualization is pretty good, like all particle physics and everything. But it doesn't stop there. Grok, one of the hardest questions that AI can really solve is humanity's last exam. And they did really good on the questions. Check it out.
So yeah, let's just talk about how smart Grok 4 is. So I guess we can start discussing this benchmark called Humanity's Last Exam. And this benchmark is a very, very challenging benchmark. Every single problem is curated by subject matter experts. It's in total 2,500 problems, and it consists of many different subjects: mathematics, natural sciences, engineering, and also all the humanities subjects. So essentially, when it was first released, actually like earlier this year, most of the models out there can only get single-digit accuracy on this benchmark. Yeah, so we can look at some of those examples. So there is this mathematical problem, which is about natural transformations in category theory. And there's this organic chemistry problem that talks about electrocyclic reactions. And also there's this linguistic problem that tries to ask you about distinguishing between closed and open syllabus from a Hebrew source text. So you can see also it's a very wide range of problems. And every single problem is PhD or even advanced research level problems.
Yeah, I mean, there are no humans that can actually answer these, can get a good score. I mean, if you actually say, like, any given human, what's the best that any human could score? I mean, I'd say maybe 5% optimistically.
Yeah.
So this is much harder than what any human can do. It's incredibly difficult. And you can see from the types of questions, like you might be incredible in linguistics or mathematics or chemistry or physics or any one of a number of subjects, but you're not going to be at a postgrad level in everything. And Grok 4 is a postgrad level in everything. Like it's just, some of these things are just worth repeating. Like Grok 4 is postgraduate, like PhD level in everything. Better than PhD, but like most PhDs would fail. So it's better that said, I mean, at least with respect to academic questions, I want to just emphasize this point. With respect to academic questions, Grok 4 is better than PhD level in every subject, no exceptions. Now, this doesn't mean that at times it may lack common sense, and it has not yet invented new technologies or discovered new physics, but that is just a matter of time.
As you see, Grok did decently well, like comparably to other AI models, even comparably to humans, because keep in mind, humanity's last exam, most humans, at least according to Elon Musk, said that you wouldn't be able to get above like a 5%, 8% across categories. Maybe you'll do really good in math if you're a math person, but they have like linguistics, have like, science, like ultimate tests to test knowledge of humans. I'm guessing in the STEM field for the most part. But it's impressive to see that they're able to come this far with it. And they say most AIs don't get above like a single %. And I believe Grok had 40% in one category, which is insane. Elon Musk states that the only test that will be needed for AI in the future is a reality test. But that's not all. They did a video game demo where they were able to create a video game. Check it out.
Yeah, so the other thing, we talked a lot about, having Grok to make games, video games. So Danny is actually a video game designer on X. So we mentioned, hey, who want to try out some Grok 4 preview APIs to make games? And Danny answered the call. So this was actually just made first-person shooting game in a span of 4 hours. So some of the unappreciated hardest problem of making video games is not necessarily encoding the core logic of the game, but actually go out, source all the assets, all the textures of files, and to create a visually appealing game. So one of the core aspects Grok 4 does really well with all the tools out there is actually able to automate these like asset sourcing capabilities. So the developers can just focus on the core development itself rather than so now you can run a entire game studios with game of one with one person, and then you can have Grok 4 to go out and source all those assets, do all the mundane tasks for you.
Yeah. Now the next step obviously is for Grok to be able to play the game. So it has to have very good video understanding, so it can play the games and interact with the games and actually assess whether a game is fun and actually have good judgment for whether a game is fun or not. So with version 7 of our foundation model, which finishes training this month, and then we'll go through post-training RL and whatnot, that will have excellent video understanding. And with the video understanding and improved tool use, for example, for video games, you'd want to use Unreal Engine or Unity or one of the main graphics engines, and then generate the art, apply it to a 3D model, and then create an executable that someone can run on a PC or a console or a phone. We expect that to happen probably this year.
As you see there, they were able to create a video game using Grok, and they said it only took a few hours, and it looks pretty good. Granted, I think they did say that this person creates video games, so it's kind of like an expert. I think it would have been a little bit more impressive to see somebody who didn't make video games to make a video game using Grok. That's really good. And I'm not hating on Grok because, well, we know that Grok can make games. At this point, all the AIs can make pretty good games. We've seen different Flappy Birds, different side scroller, different snake games. So I'm expecting nothing less from Grok, but the game does actually look good. But another benchmark that I thought was pretty interesting that they showed was this vending machine bench.
What can Grok do actually in the real world? So we actually contacted the folks from Enden Labs who were gracious enough to try to Grok in the real world to run a business.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So I'm Axel from Enden Labs.
And I'm Lucas, and we tested Grok 4 on Vending Bench. Vending Bench is an AI simulation of a business scenario where we thought, what is the most simple business an AI could possibly run? And we thought vending machines. So in this scenario, the Grok and other models need to do stuff like manage inventory, contact suppliers, set prices. All of these things are super easy, and all the models can do them one by one. But when you do them over very long horizons, most models struggle. But we have a leaderboard, and there's a new number 1.
Yeah, so we got early access to the Grok 4 API. We ran it on the vending bench, and we saw some really impressive results. So it ranks definitely at the number 1 spot. It's even double the net worth, which is the measure that we have on this eval. So it's not about a percentage on or a score you get, but it's more the dollar value in net worth that you generate. So we were impressed by Grok. It was able to formulate a strategy and adhere to that strategy over a long period of time, much longer than other models that we have tested, other frontier models. So it managed to run the simulation for double the time and score double the net worth. And it was also really consistent across these runs, which is something that's really important when you want to use this in the real world.
And I think as we give more and more power to AI systems in the real world, it's important that we test them in scenarios that either mimic the real world or are in the real world itself. Because otherwise we fly blind into some things that might not be great.
Yeah, it's great to see that we've now got a way to pay for all those GPUs. So we just need 1 million vending machines.
As you saw, this video game bench is a benchmark that tests how well AI can generate money using the vending machine business. And well, Grok was able to generate the highest out of all the other AIs. Grok 4 beat out Claude 4 Opus. Well, the best AI is making money. And of course, they said they're going to have more vending machines like inside of same thing I think Claude said as well. So that's kind of funny there. But they were saying like, hey, if you Grok hypothetically to run like hundreds or thousands of video games, that you could be able to, well, make millions of dollars using Grok as the, well, AI running your business, which is pretty impressive if you think about it like that. And Grok, of course, just to have some clarification, does come in two different kind of Grok 4s. They have like the Grok 4, you know, most people are able to use. Then you have like the Grok 4. You can think about this as like maybe the Chat Pro model, and the heavy model is $300 a month. I know the regular one is $30 a month, but the heavy one is their Pro model, and it does everything better than everything else. They also have access to Grok right now, so if you want to use the API for Grok to be able to integrate it with anything you may have as a personal project, you absolutely can at this point in time. But it is definitely insane to like see how far 4 has come when it comes to building AIs and how models are coming, because Grok, like they said themselves, don't think was even here really like a year ago, like 2 years ago. So from them to go to Grok 1 all the way to Grok 4 and it to be neck and neck with the bigger AI models is definitely impressive. But not only that, they also have enhanced voice capabilities. Check it out.
And now let's get into voice.
Great. Abby?
So many of you have been enjoying our voice mode, and we've been working hard to improve the experience over the past couple months. We have cut latency in half to make it much snappier. And today we're excited to announce a set of new voices that have exceptional naturalness and prosody. You might have noticed the movie trailer voice that opened up the live stream. That is one of our new voices, Sal, who's got that epically deep tone. And we're also excited to introduce Eve, a beautiful British voice who's capable of rich emotion. Aman, would you like to introduce Eve?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get into the demo. Hey Eve, millions of people are watching us right now. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm thrilled, really. It's like being on stage at the Old Vic with a sea of faces out there. Just imagine all those eyes and ears tuned in. It's a proper buzz, isn't it? What do you reckon we should chat about to keep this lot entertained?
You know, we have a lot to talk about, but I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little nervous. Can you whisper something soothing to calm me down?
You've got this. It's just having a quiet chat, like we're tucked to Wussy Corner pub. The world's not out there. Feel that calm. Let's keep it nice. What's on your mind?
As you saw there, they were able to introduce Grok. It was even whispering, able to do different tones and emotions, and the voice was super realistic. But it didn't stop there. They put it head to head against, well, none other than ChatGPT's voice model. Check it out.
Start. Hey, I'm going to say a number, and can you say the same number back to me? 1.
1, got it. This is like a fun little game of echo. What's next?
2. Sorry, I said 2. 3.
I did. 3. 4. Nice and steady. What's next?
5.
5. Nailed it. This is pretty fun. Feel free to keep going or switch it up.
Hey Grok. Hey Grok.
Hello there. How can I help you today?
We're going to do a little test. Can you repeat after me? 1,
1. All right. What's next?
2,
2. What's on your mind?
3,
3. Need anything else?
4,
4. How can I assist you?
5.
5. What's next?
So as you can see, Grok was snappier. It didn't interrupt me. And the prosody is we've made different design choices. I think we were shooting for something more calm, smooth, more natural versus something that's more poppy or artificial. So we'll keep improving.
I think.
As you see there with ChatGPT's voice model, they were able to show you kind of how better an assistant, how smoother of a conversation it actually is compared to Grok 4, where ChatGPT kind of interrupts you, kind of has a little bit more to you, which is more of a preference thing, of course, than it is about the good the chat model is. But both of them, I would say, are very good tonality conversation. I do think Grok's 4, at least this voice model they're using, sounds a little bit more realistic, but it's still pretty good for them to be able to whisper, and it was able to sing. Check it out.
You know what? I'm actually feeling quite relaxed to try this something crazy. So can you give us an opera on Diet Coke?
Oh, an opera on Diet Coke. That's a riot. Picture this, a shimmering silver can, glistening under stage light. Oh, Diet Coke, thou elixir divine, with bubbles that dance in a sparkling line. Thy crisp, cool kiss on lips so fine. Oh, aspartame, ambrosia, forever mine. How's that for a mad little aria?
Do you need that?
Want me to belt out another verse or switch up the tune?
Okay, let's try switching it up and just start singing.
Right then, let's have a go. Oh, silver can, you gleam in the light. Diet Coke, my heart's delight.
Okay, I won't try it. It's very, very poetic. Yeah, thank you. Feeling quite nice now.
Cool. So that's Eve. And so something else we do here is a little test each day to check on the natural flow of our conversations against some of our competitors. So we figured, why not try that live on the stream today?
Should
I think that overall Grok 4 is a behemoth. It's definitely a big monster in the game, and I think it's going to definitely push the AI market forward, because now I'm assuming there's going to probably be like a Gemini 3.0. There's probably going to be a ChatGPT 5 probably coming out here soon. Claude 4 just dropped, Claude just opus model. So we'll see how this shakes up the game and how people respond to this competition. But tell me what you think down below in the comment section. And have you seen Grok 3 go off the rails before the demo? If you want to know more about that, you should definitely check out my latest video. But if you want to keep up the latest and greatest AI news, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dexter out.
And if not this year, certainly next year. So that's it's going to be wild. I would expect the first really good AI video game to be next year. And probably the first half hour of watchable TV this year, and probably the first watchable AI movie next year. Like, things are really moving at an incredible pace.
Yeah, when Grok is 10xing world economy with vending machines, it would just create video games for humans.
Yeah, I mean, it went from not being able to do any of this really even 6 months ago
right.
to what you're seeing before you here, and from very primitive a year ago to making a sort of a 3D video game with a few hours of prompting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, yeah, just to recap, so in today's live stream, we introduced the most powerful, most intelligent AI models out there that can actually reason from the first principle, using all the tools, do all the research, go on the journey for 10 minutes, come back with the most correct answer for you. So it's kind of crazy to think about, just like 4 months ago, we had Grok 3, and now we already have Grok 4. And we're going to continue to accelerate as a company, XAI. We're going to be the fastest moving AGI companies out there. So what's coming next is that we're going to continue developing the model that's not just intelligent, smart, think for a really long time, spend a lot of compute, but having a model that actually both fast and smart is going to be the core focus, right? So if you think about what are the applications out there that can really benefit from all those very intelligent, fast, and smart models, then coding is actually one of them.
Yeah, so the team is currently working very heavily on coding models. I think right now the main focus is we actually trained recently a specialized coding model, which is going to be both fast and smart. And I believe we can share with that model with you guys, with all of you in a few weeks.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And the second after coding is we all see the weakness of Grok 4 is the multimodal capability. So in fact, it was so bad that Grok effectively just like looking at the world, squinting through the glass, and like see all the blurry features and trying to make sense of it. The most immediate improvement we're going to see with the next generation pre-trained model is that we're going to see a step function improvement on the model's capability in terms of the image understanding, video understanding, and audios. Right? It's now the model is able to hear and see the world just like any of you. Right? And now with all the tools at its command, with all the other agents it can talk to, so we're going to see a huge unlock for many different application layers. After the multimodal agents, what's going to come after is the video generation, and we believe that at the end of the day, it should just be pixel in, pixel out, and imagine a world where you have this infinite scroll of content in inventory on the X platform.
where not only you can actually watch these generated videos, but able to intervene, create your own adventures. The future is going to be wild.
And we expect to be training our video model with over 100,000 GB200s, and to begin that training within the next 3 or 4 weeks. So we're confident it's going to be pretty spectacular in video generation and video understanding. So let's see. So that's anything you guys want to other than that, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
It's a good model, sir.
It's a good, yeah.
Well, we're very excited for you guys to try Grok 4.
All right, thanks everyone.